Speaker directs ICT Committee on Broadcasters petition. Court orders Besigye's arrest. Putin promises free again grain to 6 African countries. Good evening, our dear listener. Welcome to our English news. My name is Keira. Parliament has tasked its Committee on Information and Communication Technology and National Guidance to consider a petition by the National Association of Broadcasters regarding a directive by the President freeing fencing all government advertisements for Uganda Broadcasting Corporation and New Vision platforms. During today's plenary sitting, Speaker Anita Among informed the House that she had received a petition from NAB which expressed concerns about the government's policy of channeling business solely to government-owned media houses. On July 12, 2023, the Secretary to the Treasury, Ramadhan Gobi, reinforced the President Yoweri Museveni's directive to rule a budget called Circular that allocated an annual budget of 30 billion shillings to UBC. However, in response to the directive, NAB, representing various radio and television broadcasters, decided to boycott all government activities. Their main contention was that the government's decision deprived them of the opportunity to benefit from the directive be reversed. Bojiri Municipality Member of Parliament Asman Basalira has been granted leave of the House to introduce a private member's bill entitled the Anti-Counterfeit Bill 2023. Basalira sought leave of Parliament after moving a motion during a plenary sitting chaired by Speaker Anita Among today. Soroti City West Division Member of Parliament Jonathan Ibalu and Derek Orone of Gogonyo County seconded the motion, but Dennis Hampson Obua, the government chief, expressed reservations, stating that the government had not yet scrutinized the bill. Speaker Monk put a question to the Member of Parliament on the floor, who anonymously seconded Basalira's motion. She directed the clerk to accord the mover of the motion in processing the bill.
Honorable members, I put a question that this House grants leave to Honorable Suman Basalira to introduce a private member's bill entitled the Anti-Counterfeit Bill. Those in favor say the company name. The ayes have it. Honorable members, in furtherance to Rule 1212, processing this bill.
The bill was first introduced in 2015, but the cabinet withdrew it on grounds that there were other laws that addressed counterfeiting goods. Later, in 2016, the Parliamentary Committee on Trade, Tourism and Industry, in its report, had recommended that the bill be withdrawn. So the two allegedly absconded from the court in a case in which they are accused of inciting violence. The former Forum for Democratic Change President and Mokaku are accused of inciting violence when they staged a peaceful protest in downtown Kampala of high commodity prices. However, the two have since denied the charges. The court's Grade 1 magistrate Asman Muhomza was today prompted to issue the warrant of arrest against the duo after the state prosecutor Ivan Chaze said it had become a habit for the accused to abscond from court without any clear reasons, making the conclusion of the case very difficult. However, the defense lawyer, Mr. Musa Matovu, told court that, and as a result, the lawyer and accused persons lost track of the dates for court proceedings. Muhumuza He said that even when criminal summons were issued by CJ and Makako, they still didn't show up to court as required, and the only appropriate option left was to issue a warrant of arrest and criminal summons against each of their sureties. This was adjourned to 25th of August. The charcoal prices in most urban centers countrywide have more than doubled 2 months after President Yoweri Museveni issued a ban on charcoal burning and trade in northern and eastern Uganda. The status quo was long expected, not least because the vast majority of urban households depend on charcoal or firewood or wood waste to meet their cooking needs. In most surveyed urban and pre-urban settings of Kampala, the capital city, the asking price for a sack of charcoal heaped at full capacity has increased from 80,000 shillings to 160,000 shillings. The charcoal leaders in Kisenyi, on the outskirts of Kampala Central Business District, said it's now a hurdle finding charcoal to stock in their stores. They added that this is because this month of May, President Yoweri Museveni used an executive order to ban charcoal burning and charcoal business in northern and eastern Uganda. The move is aimed to addressing the intense deforestation that is fueled by a quest for charcoal. Mr. Museveni ordered security agencies to ensure that his directives is enforced to the letter. You're still listening to Brit Up FM. Here's the international scene. A Russian president and countries as he launched a summit with leaders from the continent days after withdrawing from the Ukraine grain export deal.